7:30 p.m. Los Angeles. Traffic right outside that window over there, so hope you like vehicles. So I want to start a fitness kind of thing going on, right? So I'm going to start reading way more stuff that is fitness and nutrition oriented. It's a big part of my life. Yes, I talk about mac and cheese and pizza and shit like that because it's delicious and I'm never not going to want it. So I read about it, I talk about it, and yes, I eat it when I'm not like thinking of health conscious stuff. There's a time and a place, and the time right now is for me to get back in shape. I'm out of shape right now. I need to speak really carefully here because I've been out of shape, right? I'm going to talk about my numbers really quick, and you know what, now that I think of it, I'm pretty sure at some point during this video you're going to wind up seeing me half naked, so fair warning. In my boxers. I'm pretty sure I'm going to toss up a picture. That would make sense. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, I'm warning you ahead of time right now. You're going to see half naked me here in a bit. I'll give you a forewarning before then as well. Anyway, reason I'm bringing this up is the picture I will show you is of me in what I call my best. Me in my best. I would absolutely recommend you take a picture of yourself at your best as well, for a couple of reasons. One, you know what you look like at your best. You know when you're constantly trying to hit a target. Well, how do you know until you actually achieve that? Then if you fall back and you yo-yo back and forth, yeah, I understand, that's understandable, but at least you have that reference where to go for. So yeah, you have that frame of reference, you have that goal, a visual goal. And the second thing that I found out, unfortunately, it's a painful lesson, you have it as an actual memory, alright? Because unless we're Jack LaLanne, we're not going to have like rock solid bodies until we're 98 years old. So it's nice to have a memory. You know, when you're like, oh, when I was X years old, that's when I was incredible. Well, mine was when I was 21, 22 years old. I was ridiculously shredded, like Tarzan shredded, but even more well built, and I was just raging around South Beach, Miami. It was incredible. I was like out of a magazine. Guess what? No pictures to prove it. So yeah, and not just to others, but to myself. So I don't even know if everything I just told you is full of shit or not. I don't even know if I'm lying. Was I just making it up, or did I really look that good? I wanted pictures. I had no pictures of me from that entire time, and it's heartbreaking. So yeah, I started taking pictures at certain achievements that I make, and I advise you doing the same. Yeah, so if you are trying to achieve a certain goal, what better goal to actually have than a picture of you at your best? And you know what I actually found? Even if you think you don't have a best, you've always been in bad shape, go ahead and recall some earlier photos of you if you were just at the best you ever were, okay? If you think you're now at your worst, well then guess what? Before, at some point in your life, you were at your best. Reference those and understand you can achieve something like that. Again, now I spoke way too much about that. The bottom line is I'm on my way to get back into my tip-top shape, which I do reference, and again, I'll show you here in a bit. This is relevant, this article that I'm about to bring up, because along with my own pictures to motivate me, I get motivation from seeing other dudes that have achieved similar feats to what I'm trying to accomplish, okay? And I'm not going to touch it, all right? There's things that I've done in my life that have probably significantly shortened it, all right? I don't think I'm going to hit 100. It would be awesome to. If one day we come up with this Elysium medication kind of shit, right? Then maybe I got a fighting chance. But I don't think I'm going to have the money for that. I'm sorry, I'm talking way too much about nonsense. Highly caffeinated toffee nut lattes. Alright, so this guy and a handful of other guys, I'll reference them also, I'll probably bring them up, are in phenomenal shape. And I'll show you pictures here in a second for guys their age. And yeah, I feel like they're just good models to look at if you're trying to achieve a certain thing, and I find it very, very, very interesting what separates people that look really good at certain ages from, you know, the inverse. And so I want to read about them. This guy named Chuando Tan. We're going to be reading from brightside.me. It's an article on this guy. I've read it a couple times now because I'm just so interested in it. It's titled How a Man That Looks 20 at 50 Lives. and there's plenty more also. So, Chuando Tan is a photographer from Singapore who attracted the attention of the whole world to himself by not only taking photos of other people, but his own photos too. Why is this so interesting, you ask? Chuando was born in 1967, which means he is 51 years old. By the way, this article is from about 5 years ago. The guy is still shredded and looks great. Which means he's 51 years old now, but he looks as if he is 20, again, 5 years ago. So what's the secret? Brightside decided to find out everything and learned how this person lives, what he does, and what he eats. Perhaps we will find the secret of eternal youth from this Dorian Gray. It's known that this Singaporean man used to work as a model in the 1980s. He even managed to become a pop singer in the 90s, but his career in singing didn't last long, and that's why Tan chose another activity, photography. Once, instead of posting another work of his, he posted a photo of himself, and that's when it all started. The photographer shared in one of his interviews, "I started an Instagram account because some friends told me that clients these days would want to know how big a social media following a photographer had. In order to pepper my account, I posted several photos of myself to share my thoughts in captions." The users instantly noticed that Tan doesn't change and doesn't look as if he was 51 years old. Some people think it's all about genetics. Others think the secret is in the place he lives, because Singapore has clean air, good medicine, and products of high quality. But to be sure in those guesses, let's see how the photographer spends his day. He eats 6 eggs for breakfast. There's a nice picture of some avocado toast with, burrata mozzarella. That's not 6 eggs, but it's a beautiful picture. Tan sticks to the principle that you are what you eat and believes that the health condition of a person, as well as his appearance, depends 70% on the food he eats and 30% on exercise. That's why he eats 6 hard-boiled eggs for breakfast with only 2 yolks due to cholesterol. Additionally, he drinks a glass of milk and sometimes adds avocado with berries to his breakfast. This is a good amount of protein and energy for the beginning of the day. Apart from the eggs, he eats chicken with rice, grilled vegetables, and fish soup during the day. The photographer admits that ice cream is his weakness, and that's why he sometimes eats it, but only in the first half of the day. He also avoids coffee and tea, but drinks a lot of water. He doesn't smoke, doesn't drink alcohol, and eats a salad made of fresh greens for dinner. He spends about 90 minutes on exercise per day. Again, look at this dude. This is bananas. You're looking at, in this picture, you're looking at a 51-year-old dude. Anyway, Tan does strength training 4 times a week, or at least 3 times if he's too busy. He spends no more than 30 minutes on this activity. Strength training is always followed by cardio training. However, due to a knee injury, he doesn't jog, but he walks at a fast pace on the treadmill. Moreover, he tries to swim every day. He attends a swimming pool in the evenings and swims there for about an hour. He does only what he likes to do. Perhaps it will, that sounded a little pretentious, but I'll continue. Perhaps it will sound trivial, but how many of us do what we really like and want to do? Perhaps that's the secret of eternal youth, because everything that you do affects the psyche and therefore the whole body. Tan says, I have tried many different jobs and stopped at what I really like. I love people, love communication, love to set up a photo shoot, and love to take photos. If you do what you don't like, then you'll be feeling bad, and of course, it won't strengthen your health. He doesn't use skincare items. Some people are sure that Tan gets plastic surgery and uses some special cosmetics, but here is what he says. I have sensitive skin, that's why there are only 2 things I use daily, gel face wash and moisturizing cream. Once he was gifted a Botox procedure. He tried it but didn't like the effect. He didn't visit cosmologists since then. However, Tan admits he does use hair dye because of his gray hair. In fact, he tries not to go to bed after 11 p.m. and wakes up. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed something. He doesn't take a bath late. Okay, that's the caption for that. In fact, he tries not to go to bed after 11 p.m. and wakes up early every day. Dan is sure that working at night and watching movies after midnight don't improve the health. Well, I'm screwed. In order to get good sleep, he stops eating 5 to 6 hours before going to sleep. That's legit. I've done it, and I do get better sleep. There's a window, though. There's like this optimal time because you don't want to go to bed hungry either. You know what I'm saying? Chuando says, trust me, going to bed early is worth it. Having had enough sleep, you'll be able to do more things during the day than if you want to work at night. So what's the secret? That's not me saying that, that's the article. As it often happens, everything is very simple. Work that you love, healthy diet, full-time sleep, and exercise. Jared Leto, Chris Evans, Margot Robbie, and many other celebrities stick to the similar lifestyle. Then they say, do you agree that all of them look younger than their real age? Moreover, they claim that they haven't had plastic surgery, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so, a couple things. No, I don't think this guy takes roids or HGH. I think he would own it. I think he would completely own up to that kind of thing. And I think more plays, more dates. Derek, this guy that kind of sizes people up on his own, also said he doesn't think he does. But anyway, the sleep thing is super, super important. In fact, I think now is when I'll address what's going on with me. It's really weird, man. I started this channel 3 or 4 months ago, and that's pretty much the last time I was in the best shape ever. I addressed a couple videos ago talking about how I have gained 10 pounds since then. That's not entirely accurate. I have a 10-pound window that I fluctuate between, and that's about 168 to 178. At my heaviest early last year, I hit 210 of fat, not muscle. I was really fat. And I did a bunch of stuff. I started running every single day. Walking 4 miles a day minimum. Sometimes I did 10 miles. And push-ups, sit-ups, curls, and push-ups whenever. I would just drop and do them throughout the day. Alright, no set time or anything, but I would do sets of 30 each time, and I would just arms out, 10, go in 10, go super in 10, so 30 at a time. I would do that throughout the day, maybe 3 or 4 times. Then I would do sit-ups, however many I could do, very specific ones that I learned from Athlean X. Actually has a really cool sit-up thing. That doesn't really matter. I don't want to get too much in the minutia of what maybe I will. I might actually use this opportunity to show you a before and after. This is what I look like now, right? Before I'm about to embark on this thing. I'm going to give myself 10 days to get back into the same shape I was at 4 months ago, which is this. I'll put it on now. Now I'll actually show the gratuitous picture. You're about to see a picture of me standing in my bathroom in only boxers, staring at you seductively in 3, 2, 1. There it is. So that's me at my top. Alright, that's, in my opinion, I filmed myself. I took a series of pictures by going on Amazon for $5. You get this little remote clicker. Works for iPhone, for Android, whatever it is. It's amazing. That's why my arm, I think my left arm or something, is bent behind. I'm obscuring the clicker for some odd reason, even though I was the only person that was going to be seeing this. It's for me. It's for my own history. And, hold on, waiting for a motorcycle or whatever that is. And so, yeah, now I have that reference. I have a good picture. Now I'm like, okay, so that's me then. Do I have issues with it? Yeah, there's the minutia. After you're whittling away, chipping away at your body for so long, you start realizing every little thing could be worked on. I've got these tiny love handles, or these the rolls of fat or skin that kind of go over, that drape over my boxers a little bit. The only leg exercises I do are from running and walking, so maybe proportionally my legs don't match the top. Whatever the it is, that's all I'm willing to do right there. That's my apex. That's as high as I'm willing to get in terms of my physique, and I'm fine with it because I'm completely mobile when I look like that. I'm strong when I look like that, and I feel like I look better. Also, can't discount the tan. like I said, my runs were in Malibu almost every single day, shirt off, so I was tan, super, super tan, and that does make a difference. This is the weird thing. I weigh right now with what you see here. In my opinion, I mean, look at me here, and look at me there. Like, you can see the difference. You know what I mean? This is about 4 months of pretty much stopping, and I didn't even run, by the way, guys. I walked. I ran when I felt like it, intermittently, but skipped whenever I wanted to. Yes, skipped. No one was around. People weren't around, but I would start skipping, dude. I love skipping. And I stopped all that. I started eating like garbage, and I look like this. Arm-wise, I'm like still like, I've got definition, kind of, but dude, my 6 is gone. Right, I don't even want to lift my shirt. It's embarrassing right now. So I'm giving myself 10 days to get back to something like that. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. I'm roughly the same weight right now. This, like, whatever I look like right now, I'm roughly the same as that picture right there. It's just my body composition has changed. That's a weird thing to consider. So when people are like, oh, I want to lose weight, it's like, do you? I mean, obviously, I'm being an asshole. You're trying to lose fat and get the muscle. It's like somehow over these last 4 months of inactivity and just eating garbage, like I said, the weight has stayed the same, but the composition, the fat and muscle ratios have shifted, and it makes me look like this instead of like that. I just find it fascinating. So I'm curious if in 10 days I can just like do walking 3 to 4 miles a day, like I said, get out in the sun, get the vitamin E going, the vitamin D, push-ups. So gonna aim for about 90 push-ups a day, curls, pull-ups on the weekends. My pull-up bar is at home. I'm not gonna go crazy on the pull-ups. I'll do sit-ups, and it's a long story with the pull-ups. I stay at 2 places. It's hard to explain. I have a very good life, and that's about it. Oh, food-wise, I drink protein shakes, so I'm going to be taking about 150 grams of protein a day. I use IsoPure or Dimetize. I like isolates. I like high-quality shit if I can get my hands on it, and I can. I do drink coffee, though, and vegetables, and I'll probably do bread. I don't give a shit. I'll be eating sourdough and a lot of egg whites. Look, I eat clean. You guys know how to eat clean. There's so much shit online if you want to know how to eat. The main thing that I'm picking up on this, however, is the fact that, and going back to Chewando so I can wrap this up, is the fact that Chewando, and they just glazed over this. See, I read another thing about his exercise regimen. See, it says here he spends about, Chewando Tan that is, he spends about 90 minutes on exercise per day. So yeah, other articles I read focused more on his exercise regimen. And again, I just want to focus right here. He does strength training 4 times a week. Or at least 3 times if he's too busy. At least 3 times. He spends no more than 30 minutes on this activity. Strength training is always followed by cardio training. However, due to a knee injury, he doesn't jog, but walks at a fast pace on a treadmill. 90 minutes, guys. 90. I was doing at least an hour, and I did notice that's when I got really shredded. It wasn't just the food. It's when I started walking. When I started walking for at least an hour a day, within about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, I was like, okay, cool, man. I'm a superhero now. It was cool. And Frank Grillo. I also wanted to talk about Frank Grillo. I'm sorry, I'm getting my autism or whatever is kicking in. I'm getting sidetracked from all the vehicles. Let's check out Frank Grillo. Frank Grillo. Okay, so here we go. We got Frank Grillo also. Pictures. I want it to be on the right side. I don't know if you guys can see this picture right here. Facebook can go itself. I'm trying to. You know what? I'll grab a picture of Frank Grillo. I'll put it up there just to show you. And yeah, that's a crazy one also. I know, yeah, like these right here. I'll get better definition pictures. Frank Grillo is also, dude, 56. It's real. He's 56 years old, shredded to the gills, cardio. The dude boxes in the morning. Don't discount cardio, even in the form of walking. I'm telling you, dude, the walking is where it's at. When you see the really good looking celebrities, they're doing some kind of activity, man. The good looking older ones, they're walking around. I'm telling you. And sleep. And a lot of sleep. They get sleep. Jared Leto is another guy. Okay, I think I'm done. I'm done. We talked about this. The traffic is bothering me. I've made my point. So we'll see how I end up. I'll have to, you know what? I'll have to do it, and I may end up doing another, yeah, I don't want to say bathroom picture, but maybe I'll have to do it to prove, to compare, to see if I can actually size up to what I was. We'll see. Thanks for hanging in there. I will talk to you guys soon.